Why is your face so light and your body down there is so dark? Sultana, Sultana. Let me tell you something, baby. You can unwrap all you want to do, but you can't be unwrapping and peeing in everybody's bed. So let me tell you something, baby.
If there was another word that would weigh heavier than chaotic, I think that would have been the best word to describe how the Big Brother season 10 house is currently at the moment. Yeah, the house is way more than chaotic. The house is tensed. Everyone is just, it's like there is a ticking time bomb that is waiting to explode at any time. The house is tensed, very tensed. I can tell you for free. So after this terror task happened, where both the viewers and even the housemates has had a lot of reservations about this particular task that they did. So this task involved them, they were split into different teams. So as usual, each team were to bring a representative that will come and play the roasting game. So the roasting game is just for each team to say something that would get to the other team very well and make them feel bad. But remember, it's supposed to be a joke, yeah?
In representatives, you have 5 seconds.
And to think that this Sultana's team initially didn't want Sultana to be their representative against Kola. When they saw it was Kola, they even Dede herself, she volunteered to go and be the representative, because if it was Dede that, she would have roasted him so bad. You know that they always prefers to say it's under the guise of it's a game, but she would have done it so bad because Kola roasted Sultana so badly that she was left with no words. She could not even roast Kola at all. She couldn't say anything that would roast him. And you know, in this kind of game, the people that have higher points are the people that has more, that their roasting outweighs the other people's roasting, so to say. I don't know how to say it again. You know, it was not like he had her in mind. He actually had her in mind, because throughout yesterday, Kola was going around the house speaking to different people, because there was a situation between Emisi and him. I think something happened and someone mentioned to Emisi that it looks like Kola is using you for strategy, and Kola just concluded on his own by himself that it was Sultana that must have said that to Emisi. So he has been on a smear campaign trying to, make people look at Sultana as a very bad person. So it was like an opportunity presented itself, and he quickly, decided to use it. And he came into that arena space and decided to strip Sultana of whatever self-esteem that she still had left. So many housemates were mad at him. Dinari, it was very obvious, shown on his face when the camera went to him. Coin was boiling. Even Dede, they were just mad. Like, now you're going too far. Yes, it's a game we are playing, but you don't have to attack someone especially with an experience that is real, something that has happened to this person in the house that was so shameful. That was very, very low of Kola to have said to have said stuff like that to her, on aside the fact that, in fact, on a national TV and in front of other housemates, it was very clear that when this thing happened, it affected this girl. She was very ashamed of what she did. She could not even mingle I think for a whole 1 week. She was not herself. And just last week and this week, that it seems like she's gradually coming out of her shell. You're now coming to strip off every atom of self-esteem that is remaining in her. That was very, very unfair of Kola to do. That was an unfair thing to do. I don't know how he feels doing all this. I don't know how he's able to, sleep well after acting like a woman and behaving in this manner. I don't know. I don't understand it. But anyway, it's a game. But I believe that there's a limit to what people do, even when they are playing games, right? There's a limit to what people should do, even when it's called a game. But we should just know our limits. Yeah, Some people are saying that yes, Sultana has been saying mean things about some other housemates, which I agree to. I'm not excusing the fact that she has been mean and vile to other housemates. And again, I would always say it's a game, so she's giving us content. If not, what are we going to talk about, right? But not, I don't think that she has actually said anything about a particular housemate that is actually true. This peace situation is a very embarrassing situation, and I feel like people are not meant to use it to taunt her, especially if you feel like you have you're self-aware and you're emotionally intelligent. Using that peace situation to throw her, because now that's what it's looking like. And the babe even got she was very mad. Initially she was trying to put up a smile, and other housemates were like, you're taking it too far, Kola, now you're taking it personal. And she said, no, 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 it's cool, you can continue. But when they were done, in fact, when it was her time to face Kola, to throw her own questions to throw her own banters at him, she couldn't find words to say to Kola. She tried the first time, the second time, and then the third time, when she realized he was even looking at her, she said, I don't even have anything to say again, and she just let go. And then when they were now leaving that game that game area, Kola was saying, I hope you don't take it seriously. I don't mean it though. It was just a game. And I'm like, who the F are you, this guy?
See you walking around with Denari so much.
Yeah.
But ever since I saw you walking around with him, he has lost joy. You call?
He looks pressure though.
So you see, it was not just Sultana and Sultana and Kola that played the game. Other people played, the likes of Faith and Doris. We even had Faith and Doris here, and then the things that Faith said to Doris, they were not things. They were not really personal things. Do you get? There was even one that he said that Doris keeps she keeps putting on skimpy clothes in the house, shaking her ass all around the house, trying to get Denari's attention, but that Denari doesn't look happy, something along the line. But he doesn't look happy with her, but he looks happy when he's with other girls. That could be painful too, but because it's not true, because everybody knows it's not true, so she will not really take it to heart. But coming to tell someone about her real experience in the house, that is even an embarrassing one, then coming to use it as a shade, in fact shading that person, and then trying to um pretend as if it's just a game, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, let's move away from that and move on to Joanna and what's her name again, Imisi. I told you guys that this week is the actual definition. This is the actual chaotic week. Yes, this week is very chaotic. And to think that today is it Tuesday? Okay, we've entered Wednesday now. You can imagine what the rest of the week can be.
She's so quick to spilling out insult. Then when you give it back to her, she speaks. That's the same thing she did with Doris. I go dismantle that your script. If you think that all of a sudden any little thing you want to make mountain out of a mole, it doesn't work that way. Because what is the beauty queen? What does that have to do with what is happening now?
So this Joanna and Emisi fight happened on Monday, shortly after Faith became the new head of house for week 6. Big Brother, out of his own benevolence, I hope I'm correct with that English, out of his own will, decided to supply the housemates with foodstuff, right? So he brought the foodstuffs, and Faith, in his usual way of always trying to show that he's the one in control and everything, called the housemates together, and they decided that they were not going to share the food. They were just going to keep it together. They will cook together. They will do collective cooking. And he was just trying to, let them know how things are going to run in his regime, right? Especially as regards to food, because they have shortage of food. And Joanna, being his guests, what they call that thing again, his house guest, in extension, or by extension his deputy, yeah. So she was trying to help him in any way she can to see that things are going well. So they were going to share. What were they sharing? Was it bread or something? And then you know, Joanna and Emisi had just a little argument, just very little argument that was not supposed to turn into anything serious. They were just having arguments about food. You take this one, you keep this one, take this one, don't do this, I will not keep it. And before we knew it, Emisi, being who she is, she started exchanging words, and Emisi said, "Beauty queen, we no get," because I think it was I don't know. Emisi actually cursed Joanna first. She's always quick to use curse words on people, to curse people out, right? So she said something, and Joanna replied. She responded and said, "I don't even have your time. I don't have time to get into an argument with people that have low IQ." And that was like a spark for Emisi. Immediately she called Joanna beauty queen. And she said, "Okay, so if you don't have my time, so why are you still talking to me?" Something of that nature. And then she said, "Beauty queen, we no get beauty queen, we no get beauty." My people, that particular word, it got to Joanna so bad, because ever since that time she has not let that matter rest, that she has not let it go at all. She keeps talking about it, talking about beauty queen. What does she even mean by that? Beauty queen, we no get beauty. So if they stand me and you feel like you're more beautiful. I said this house is something else. You see this week, bar. If this house we don't burn down this big brother's house, then we know that big brother self is well prepared for them, because a lot is going on. Like everybody is just getting angry, getting irritated by the slightest provocation. You see things being blown out of proportion, and I'm wondering what is going on. This is just week 6. This is week 6. It's not even week 8 though, and people are so, every Kola himself too has been on a rampage, I've been on a smear campaign, he has been trying to cause issues between Doris and Jason J, going back to as far back as week 1, saying things that did not really happen, trying to cause issues. He's on Isabella's issue, he's on Jason J and Doris, he's on Kanye. It's a lot. Anyways, I think it's going to be a wrap for me on this video. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, drop your comments in the comment section, and also share my video. Thank you. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you. Bye.